Hi, good afternoon, class. For most of you who have been with QCC, you know that traditionally we have used Blackboard as our online platform. However, moving forward, we've transitioned from Blackboard into Brightspace. With that in mind, I just want to take a few minutes of your time to walk you through some of what you should expect as we use this new platform of Brightspace. So you go into Brightspace and you pull up the class so you'll know you're in the right class because it tells you you're in fall 2024 sociology, right? So you know you're in the right class. You scroll down and the first thing you will see is announcements. In this section, all the announcements that I will place will be in this section under announcements. The newer announcements will be placed right below these two main announcements. And these announcements are going to be there throughout the semester, so I won't touch them. And with that being said, tutoring resources, right? This is something that I think you're going to need throughout the semester. So I won't put it elsewhere in the event that you just need it very quickly. Now, you keep scrolling down and you will find some widgets, right? The widgets basically summarizes what the content of the class is. So you'll see one widget for office hours, and I'll touch the widgets in a moment. Just want to share with you what they are. One is Ask the Professor. You go down and there's an e-learning widget, and we'll click that in a minute and you'll see what's in there. You keep scrolling down, you see the course syllabus. You keep scrolling down, grading policy, quizzes. Keep scrolling, you will see modules, right? So the classes I've explained in prior PowerPoints is separated by modules. So there are four modules, and within each module, there are a certain number of weeks in each module. So one of the things that you will see throughout the classes where you will have availability for is you will always have availability to the introduction of each module. So on your platform, you'll be able to always go into Intro to Module 1 or Intro to Module 2 or Intro to Module 3. What you won't see is what's in the module until that module is open. Now, let's take a look at what it means to open these widgets. All right. So you've come down to the announcements. You've read all the announcements, and now you see office hour. Right. So you want to know what's in this widget. What is this widget about? So you go into office hour. You click that, and it will take you to office hours. Right. Right now, the class is not going to be opened until August the 15th. So you won't be able to access some of these links, right? So, right. Some of these links you won't be able to access, others you will, right? This tells you when the office hours are, right? So you want to meet with me, you just wait for a Monday between 3 to 4, and you'll find me where you can speak with me live during the Zoom office hours. So now we want to go back to where we were, and you notice I click course home, right? And you go to course home and you scroll down, and then you want to ask me a question, right? This is where you ask the question, ask the professor. So you come to this widget, you click on ask the professor, and it takes you to where you can ask the professor. Now, here would normally be highlighted, so you could click on this, ask the professor, and then it would take you into a forum that you could ask me whatever you want to ask me. However, you will notice right now that you can't get in, and you can't get in very simply because if you go down, you look at the availability date, and you will see the reason you can't get in here is not mysterious. And it's not mysterious because it says the available date is August the 15th, right? Once this is one part of the course that once it opens up on August the 15th, it will be available to you for the remainder of the class, right? So remember how just now I wanted to go back and I went all the way up to course home? The reality is that you don't necessarily have to go up to course home all the time, right? You can, to the left of, to my left, that is, you see a list of things, and these are course contents, right? So we just opened up office hours. Here we are at Ask the Professor. So the next thing in the content is, and if you go back to your widgets, you will see that this is one of the widgets, is getting started. So you hit getting started, and on that getting started, you will see a video. So you want to listen to the video, you just click here and you listen to the video. Now, if you click on getting started again, right? You want to know exactly what is in getting started. You want to know everything that's here. So you must click this widget again. You click this widget and it takes you to everything that you can find in getting started. All right. So again, you want to make sure that you're clicking the widget until you get into the area that you want to get into. You will notice that I clicked course home again and I scroll down. And I do that, not that you have to do it, but because for me, it just makes it easier, right? So we did the getting started. The course syllabus, you hit the course syllabus and it takes you to the course syllabus. You will notice that there are three things here under course syllabus. So let's say you already have printed the syllabus, so you don't need to know what the syllabus is, but you want to know what the course objectives are. You want to be reminded, what is it that I'm expected to do in this course? You hit course objectives and there it is, right? And there it is. So I could come back again to content, go back down to course syllabus, and you want to know what the textbook is. And so you click textbook information and that tells you what the textbook is, right? So you don't want to go back to course home. You just want to go to table of content, right? You want the shortcut, and who doesn't want a shortcut? So you just go to table of content and it takes you right back to where we left off, right? So we hit the course syllabus, we did the grading policy. Now I want to point out something with the grading policy, right? You will notice that there is two portions to the grading policy. One, the evaluation method. So you want to know, okay, how am I going to be evaluated for this class? You come into this section, you hit evaluation methods, and you see exactly what are the evaluation methods. So here we'll tell you the date. It will tell you the week. So the week corresponds to the date. It will tell you the chapters in the textbook, which corresponds to the week, which corresponds to the date. And it tells you the points apportioned. So for weekly quizzes, there are 20 points for each weekly quiz, except of course for the end of the module. And the end of the module, the quizzes are a little bit more because its quizzes are longer and encompasses more. All right. So we go back to table of content, right? So right now you have familiarized yourself with the grading rubric. So you go back to the table of content. On the grading rubric, you see quizzes, right? You hit that and then it takes you to quizzes. One of the things you will notice here is that quizzes are open again on a weekly basis. So if we're in week 2, then the quiz for week 2 will be available to you. If we're not in week 2, if week 2 has passed, you will not have access to that. If it's not week 2 as of yet, neither will you have access to that. So if you don't see it showing up here, it simply means that the week is either passed or the week hasn't come as of yet. So we want to go back here and we go to module 1. You go to module 1 and you click where it says contents of module 1, the study of sociology. You click that link and here you are on the landing page and there's a video here. So you just click on the video and this video basically gives you a synopsis of what's in module 1, right? So you've listened to the video and you're good to go. You're ready to move on. right? And now you click Module 1. So here you just looked at Intro to Module 1, and that's the video again that summarizes what's in Module 1. You go to Module 1, you hit that link, and it takes you here. Right? So there are about 4 or 5 weeks in Module 1. You may or may not see all the weeks showing up at once. And I'm actually looking at it here and I see the weeks all showing up. So good. With that being said, you won't have access to these weeks until the week has actually come. So even though you're able to see it, you won't have access to it. All right? So here it is in Module 1. It says Getting Started. Right? You click on Getting Started. And you click on Getting Started and it takes you to the meet and greet. Right now, like I said, you won't be able to access this because the date for it hasn't come as of yet. So once we get to August 15th, you'll be able to access Ask the Professor. And once we get to August the 30th, you will actually be able to start the discussions. All right? And this is a trend for the remainder. So you go to week 3. Same thing happens in week 3, right? We're looking at methods of social research. You go down and you see everything that's going to be in week 3 right here, right? So you want to find out what the lecture is. Right now you don't have access to the lecture, but when you do, all you would need to do is to click here. And once you click here, it will take you to a landing page where there's a lecture. You want to find out what are the challenges in doing research. You will notice right now when I do this, nothing happens. But on the day that this opens up, you click here and you'll be able to see what the challenges in doing research is all about. And of course, this is duplicated throughout the semester, right? Duplicated in terms of you going to Intro to Module 2, then you go into Module 2, right? And Module 2 will show you the things that you will accomplish in Module 2. And again, I can't reiterate enough that if you're not able to click a link, it simply means that the class is not open for you yet, or that part of the class has not been open for you as of yet. Now, I want to go back and I want to take us back to the landing page, right? So this is where we started. You will notice that there's a ribbon right here. On the ribbon, we have Course Home, Content, Assessments, Tools, Communication, Calendar, Grades, and Class List. Now, under Course Home, this is where you saw me going back all the time to get back to basics, right? Now, again, that's available to you to get back to basics. Then there's Content. So remember when we did back to basics and we were able to see the table of content? Now, when you click Content, it takes you straight there. You want to find out what assignments or what quizzes you have available for that particular week? It's right here. Click Assignments, and it takes you to assignments if there are any assignments due. If you want to find out what quizzes are due, you click Quizzes, and it takes you to let you know what quizzes are due. You have multiple attempts on quizzes. So the amount of attempts you make, the column to my far right will show you the amount of attempts you've made on that particular quiz. And again, you have unlimited attempts for the quizzes. And Brightspace will keep or record your highest score. So let's say for the first quiz you scored 18 out of 20. But for the second one, you scored 15 out of 20. What Brightspace will do is Brightspace will ignore that second quiz, even though it was the last one, and it will revert to the one where you got the highest score, which is your first one where you got 18 out of 20. You go to Course Tools, and in Course Tools, there are two things, right? One is Calendar. This is one of the things that I really, really love about Brightspace. You have a calendar attached to Brightspace, and in your calendar, once you click Calendar, you will notice here that on the 15th, there's a little dot right below the 15. On the 30th, there's a little dot right under the 30th. What do these dots mean? So let us go to the 15th and see if we can find out what this dot means. So you see, it takes us to August the 15th. You scroll up, you see nothing there. You see nothing. You keep scrolling down. And look here. It says on this day, this part of Brightspace will open. Familiarize yourself with Brightspace. That becomes available at 8 p.m. on August the 15th. Right? So you know on August the 15th, once you hit calendar, something happens. Let's go to the 30th. What is happening, pray I tell, on the 30th of August? You go to the 30th of August and you see what opens up on the 30th of August is week 1. That discussion of let's get acquainted. So guys, don't be abashed to use the calendar, as the calendar is a very, very good tool to keep you on your toes in terms of due dates. Now for discussions, you know this class has discussion topics every week. To get to the discussion topic, again, you go to tools, you see discussion, and it takes you to the discussion topics. You will see dates beside the discussion topics, and these dates tell you when the discussion topic is open. Once we get to that date, you click it, and you'll be able to go right onto the landing page for that discussion. Now, another important thing that I want to point out to you is grades. Your grades are yours to be viewed right in the palm of your hand. So how do you do that? You download the app. It's called the Pulse app. And with the Pulse app, you're able to view your grades again in the palm of your hand. Having said that, I hope this intro to Brightspace has been good for you in helping to orient you to Brightspace, specifically as it pertains to this class, Intro to Sociology, here at QCC.